You do a killer version of Shakedown Street, ultra funky, and yeah,
Thank
you
you.
could.
Yeah, that one is and thinking of another story, I did Shakedown Street, the reggae version, a funky reggae version on the Talking Dreads album.
Okay, yeah,
Um, the reason why I put one Grateful Dead song on it is because in the 90s, again, I was a teenager performing at the hotels in Jamaica. I
hmm
would perform at the hotels, go to school, come back and perform again
right,
after school. And one of the time there was this American band that was performing in Jamaica, and I have no clue who they were, but the main guy would be hanging out. He would come out and hang out by the beach with a little acoustic guitar. You know, just singing and playing. And if you're gonna do that around me, believe
uh
me, whether you want my attention or not, you gotta get my company.
right,
So I would go out, join him, sit there, and he'd hand me the guitar and show me some chords. Because, as a child in Jamaica, you don't have access to guitar. Nobody's gonna put their guitar in your hand. It's
right,
very slim chance somebody's gonna put their guitar in your hand. It's too expensive.
hmm
Owning a guitar in Jamaica is like owning a pound of gold.
wow,
You know,
yeah,
and he would give me that guitar. So needless to say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe he just did this. And I'd be so happy he showed me some chords. And then when he was leaving Jamaica, after they did their performance
hmm
and they were leaving Jamaica, he saw me and he handed me the guitar. I thought he wanted me was to just play the chords that he had showed me.
right,
He said, no, that is yours. He said, this is yours. And he walked
wow,
away and he left me with that guitar. So that was my first guitar.
wow,
And it
yeah,
was later on in life, I saw a picture of him. Came to Miami to perform, and I saw his picture on somebody's shirt. And I said, I know that guy. And the person said, no, you cannot know him. You don't know him, man. His name is Jerry Garcia, and he's singing with a band called Grateful Dead. And then I said, no, you don't understand. He gave me my first guitar.
wow,
So when
yeah,
I was recording this album, Talking Dreads album in Jamaica,
yep,
chose one of their songs. I put Shakedown Street on it because Shakedown Street's on it. In simply out of respect for this guy who never told me he was famous, never told me who he was, and he never insulted me when I, as a child, tried to, being inquisitive, being around him. Instead,
yeah.
he gave me a guitar, and that was huge. So I put a Grateful Dead song on Talking Dreads record as a tribute to Jerry Garcia. Tell me this town ain't got no heart.
Yeah, you've been playing that song for years. A great,
Yep.
great version. And one of the highlights, I still have great memories. Sunday nights, it was Amber Jacks, right?
Amber
With
Jacks.
with just the Paul Renard Bosse, Kurt Berglund, Pat Lavery, I think Frank Mercurio. But you had so many musicians coming in
Yeah,
and out,
Paul Mercurio was one of the guitar player at times. Yeah.
right? But it was a cool spot. Sunday night, where usually is not a happening night for shows, but you turned
Yep.
it out every Sunday night. And what was the idea behind that, and how did that you put all those people together?
Actually putting those people together was not my idea. It was Renard Boissier's idea.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to
And
Renard. Yeah.
yeah, Renard, for those who are not familiar, Renard Boissier was the guitar player for the Neville Brothers at one point.
hmm
And he was introduced to me by Chris Antina.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Antina introduced me to Renard Boissier. And Renard and I start playing music together, writing music together on the side. And we still, until this day, we still write music together.
Oh, okay.
And he had moved back to New Orleans.
Right. Right.
And I'm between, as I know, I'm between Connecticut and Jamaica.
Right.
So, but we are, my second to last trip in Jamaica, I didn't even fly to Connecticut. I flew to New Orleans.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and hang out with him there, wrote 4 songs. Then I
Right.
came up here.
Okay.
Those songs are not even yet professionally recorded, but they're all written, arranged, and so those projects. Those
Mhm.
groups of people were all put together by Renard Boissier, thanks to him.
Yeah, I remember years ago in Connecticut, you and Bernard were doing demos. It was for a female vocalist, right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. Did that ever come out or
We have stuff that folks would buy. We sell music to. If a person want a song written, we
right,
have a collection of songs that they can listen to and to see if they want to buy songs for their artists.
right, right,
So we still do that kind of stuff. But
right.
if you sell a song, sometimes we don't even know if the song was released or not because we never keep track. If it's sold, it's sold. If it's licensed out, then we want to know because then we getting paid for getting
Yeah,
royalties.
that's right.
But
Yeah.
but if you sell a song straight out, then it's not your song anymore.
Okay. Yeah. You find the balance on what you want to do, right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. One last thing I wanted to ask you.
Mhm.
You're notorious for putting birthday bashes together for yourself, but over the years you've combined it with Bob Marley's birthday bash. You can check out all the dates on talkingdreads.com. But
Correct.
the influence, of course, of Bob Marley worldwide. What did Bob Marley and his music mean to you?
The music of Bob Marley and Bob Marley himself means a lot to me.
Mhm.
And it should mean a lot to every single person that plays reggae music and Jamaican music on a whole.
Right.
Because Bob Marley, without a doubt, cannot be contested, had paved the way for all us Jamaicans to be able to step in and outside of Jamaica
Mhm.
as reggae stars. He already trampled the grass, if you know what I mean.
Right. Right.
He made the sacrifice. He made that sacrifice, stepped out here, trampled the grass, knock it all down so we could come and have an easier pavement to tread through, to walk on, and to perform in doing reggae music. So it means the name Bob Marley, what he stand for, the one love. You treat me the way you want to be treated. I treat you the way I want to be treated.
Right.
The messages in Bob Marley's music, his standards of life,
Yep.
the class, you know, it's sad to see some of the people, not some of the Jamaicans, fail to follow his footsteps. Yes, we need to also have our own steps, but we also need to pay attention to those teachers, you know, to those angels that already paved the way for us.
Hmm.
We need to reflect once in a while back on their teachings and realize we could be a lot kinder person. We
Right.
could be sweeter people. We could be kinder people if we only take the time to reflect back on their lifestyle. People like Bob Marley.